Is this a new trend, mixing different job roles in one person? Is it worth it? And should we carry on with it? So the other day we were talking about different type of jobs, and I was talking to the person who's a project manager, and we were discussing like what type of job roles does like job duties a project manager has. What do they do? And when she was describing it, I realized that is basically what I do, but in a creative industry. So the project manager is the person who is actually above everyone and knows a little bit of everything and can collaborate and communicate with every team member and tell them what kind of like tasks do they need to do based on the project that they're doing. So the person who's hiring them talks to the project manager first, and then they spread in the job, the tasks that needs to be done upon every single member of the team. But when we were talking about it, I had a clear vision that is exactly what a creative producer does, because that's who I am. A little bit of backstory, what I do, my job and my backstory. So I started off as a stylist. No, actually, I started off as a makeup artist back in 2012. And then I jumped to the styling sphere. I had my education in London, in Marangoni, in Italian university. And I worked as one for some period of time. But then I realized that I want to do something big in my life. And in the meantime, I also really, really enjoy videography and editing. So I decided to mix all of it together and become content creator and creative producer. So I work with a lot of brands, influencers, and we build their content, or we build a strategy, how they're going to post, what they're going to post. I film it, I edit it, I suggest what they should wear, what should they say, and it could be absolutely different types of projects, whether it's just a fun content for their page, or it's a promotional business type of content, specifically based on the selling, advertising, and marketing. So when I started, I got to the point when I needed to know how to promote myself and my type of services. And it's gotten to the point when I wasn't really sure if promoting the fact that I'm capable of doing several aspects of the content creation, it's beneficial for me, for marketing, and for the clients too. I was trying to present it as a package, and you don't need several people in order to achieve the same goal. So when you come to me and you say, hey, I need a content for my brand, would like to film like 10, 20 like videos or photos for the next time that I would post on my social media. So in order to do so, in order to complete the task, they don't need to hire several people for that job. So they would need to hire separately a videographer who knows the technical stuff, who can actually film it. Or before even that, someone who can do the research, someone who can create a script for them and advise them on board during the shoot. What do they say actually? Does it fit the script? Also during the shoot, they need someone who can help them look good. So that means they need a stylist, they need a makeup artist all together. Not that I do a makeup for them, but advising. Even before the shoot, we are composing the outfit. We are thinking what should we wear, what is does it fit the brief, as I said, because a lot of times, like especially ladies who do the personal shoots, or it doesn't matter who that is, they're concerned about the clothes. Obviously, want to make sure that they choose the best. If let's say they don't have it, then they have to buy it before, or they have something already and then they need to select it and prepare it before the shoot. So they need someone who they can talk to, who can they discuss this, because you know how many times that happens when you just need to talk about it. You need someone who you can discuss it with, and then if the person is already like with you on this project, they know what you're talking about. Like they can actually discuss this with you. So it's beneficial that the person has the knowledge, the creative producer has the knowledge of different aspects of the content creation process. So they know what they're talking about with the client. So if it's the fit, what is the style? Are they suitable for that person? Should we change the color? Should we change the hairstyle? Should we change the makeup or something? What would be the best outfit, the overall look? So that means like during the shoot, the client requires several people to be on board in order to complete the task. But here I am. I am one person who combines all of those roles in one person. The question is it good? Is it sellable? And the problem that's the one that I faced is that I wasn't really sure how to put it together. I knew I had it in me. I knew I could do all of those things, every single one of them within the job, but I couldn't sell it because I felt like I wasn't enough in every single one of them. If we're talking about like my experience, that the one that it started, let's say we're talking about makeup. I wasn't like the makeup artist, like the most typical one that you know of. I know how to do a good makeup on me. When I was working with the clients, I cannot say I know how their faces that well. I cannot say I know how to work with different faces, with different type of skin, most especially knowing their skin as a skin and not just as a beauty canvas, where you can apply different type of creative makeup. Because I like makeup as it is, but it doesn't mean I can work with clients. And the same goes for styling. I was working as a personal stylist, which is great. I know how to work with clients one-on-one. I knew how to suggest them what to wear, what is trendy, what looks good on them, what should they change, all that kind of stuff works. However, working with different types of clients, every single one of them has different character, different type of lifestyle, different taste. And you need to make sure that what you're saying to them actually matches their personality and not yours. And that is the hardest part, like distant yourself from your clients and not to put your taste on them. Well, that's why it was an issue for me to do that job as it is, as a separate one. And then same was happening with me when I was studying graphic design. And I was even working as one for a minute, like doing some internships during my school, university times. I was quite good at it. Like, not quite, I was actually quite good at it. Why did I say quite again? I was good at it. You see, that's the problem. We constantly diminish our values, like we should be proud of ourselves more often. Anyways, however, working as a graphic designer independently was not bringing me joy as it is. I knew that requires sitting behind the computer a lot, and that's not me. Yes, I did have the attention to details. I could compose a really good layout. I knew how to work with colors, with layers and everything, but it wasn't me. It didn't feel like me. Now that I'm working as an editor, I love editing. I really, really do. But to call me just an editor, like a video editor, I wouldn't say that because I know there are different type of editors and I respect everyone for their skills and everything, but just we don't match. Like I wouldn't call myself that typical videographer and video editor. It's just not who I am. And then eventually it led to the point when I understood that I know all of these aspects, the person's image, the visual image, how to compose a good one, that the layouts, the angles, the lighting, I know how to edit it and I know how to create a script, what to say, because I know how to say things, because I know how to talk on camera. I'm not shy in front of it. You can call it a fast composer, basically. And I can think of what to say quickly as I go along. So a lot of times my clients were like, oh, what do I have to say? And I'm like, just say this. And they were like, I can't say it this fast. Repeat it again for me slowly. And to me, it's easy, but it's normal that for people, it's not all of them can speak well in public or even for the camera. The more jobs I was covering, obviously I realized it's very, very beneficial for the clients because they know they can contact me and just they know that I'm going to do everything. I'm just going to cover all the basics, before we complete the task. And on one hand, you can say like, oh, you're taking other people's jobs, because you're the one that's doing all of them. maybe. But on the other hand, I could say that I understand every aspect of other people's jobs. So if I had to work with one at some point, and I do from time to time, because there are different, obviously, types of shoes, and I sometimes physically cannot cover all of them. I can speak to that member of the team and I could tell them, this time we're doing this type of makeup. We're doing this type of outfit. We're doing this type of hairstyle. We're doing that type of lighting. Film it in this lens, in that lens. Should we increase the exposure? Should we change the light, the color of the light? Stand here, say that, and do this. And that is what creative producer is about. Now, the question is, why is it so hard to announce, to put together, to actually put it in your head that this is great? Like, it's amazing and that's what people want. As long as you put it like properly correct in one package, it is great. But the journey to that point is the most difficult one, because we always think we are never enough. We never know enough about that certain skills to claim to be that type of professional, that type of specialist, because we're always thinking we don't have enough skills to be that kind of specialist. And that is so wrong on so many levels. These days, we are surrounded by content. We see things, we look at Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, we notice things. When I talk with different specialists, even from outside of like my type of like field, anyone who posts on social media, they know something. They already know like some kind of part of information, like how to post, when to post, what is trendy right now. Is it video? Is it photos? What way to take them? What kind of like way of editing? Everyone knows a little bit of something, but it's not like that we don't know anything. It's the question is, do we actually use it? You know, it's always like, there's this saying, like, just because you know something, but if you don't use it, that means like you don't know it. Because if you knew it, you would use it. That these days people have so many various skills, and it's good that they have it. It's very, very convenient, because even if they're not doing something precisely, they're aware of what is going on. No one can trick them. It's hard to put it as a package together, because you don't want to really show off, but you have to show off in order to sell something. And only when I'm working already with clients, they can see that I'm doing so much more than compared to how I present myself online. When they see my work, they see just the final product, but they don't see all that effort that I put into that I advise people on what to wear, where to stand, what to say, what type of video will it be. Okay, yeah, I did edit it, but all the preparation before that is massive, you know, and obviously I don't really show it as much, the backstory of it, like showing off that, oh, I will do this for you and that for you, and you will achieve this and that. It's a great marketing strategy, but how many people do we know that can actually pull it off? So to summarize this message, I wanted to say, like, we should not be ashamed of all the skills that we have, not even ashamed, like not hide them and actually put them to the front. The fact that we have them. Obviously, experience, it comes with the experience. The more you do it, the more you understand that you have it, the easier it is, without this bragging type of approach, talk about your skills, you know. However, it is essential. Clients these days, they want to hire one person who can do the most of it. I knew I had it in me, in all of it, throughout my, you know, experience over the last 8 years, sorry. Started around like 2011, 13 years. Yeah, within my 13 years of various experiences in this creative field, I know I can advise on different aspects of it. And I'm still learning it till this day. Creative production is what it's all about, covering different aspects of the content creation, basically. is my thoughts out loud, basically. So forgive me for being repetitive or not very clear in my message, but I'm trying to advise something maybe it will be useful to some people. Thank you for sticking around, for hearing my message. If you want to subscribe, please do so. If you don't, just hit the like button. That's just very helpful for me to build my YouTube. As I said, like, I'm trying to figure out how to run it. And thank you for staying till the end. See ya. Bye.